Greetings, Fraggles! This is Mad Hatter Patrick, and this is a Muppet News Flash! The Muppet Show has come back as a revival special, and it's already become a television sensation! People are laughing, and singing, and painting the town red over it! Yeah, after I saw how amazing it was, I figured it only makes sense to talk about one of the Muppets' own holiday specials. Well, they did actually make a Muppet Valentine show. They still made a Muppet Valentine's Day episode on their famous Saturday morning cartoon. My Muppet Valentine is the Muppet Babies 49th episode that aired on October 31st, 1987. No, I'm not joking, I checked the Wikipedia page. If you're a Muppet fan, whether an expert or not, chances are you have already heard so much about the Muppet Babies. The format is obviously seeing your favorite Muppets like Kermit, Fozzie, Miss Piggy, and more as babies. But in every episode, they usually come up with many adventures and solve problems by using their imagination. The idea started during one scene in the movie Muppet Takes Manhattan, where Miss Piggy wondered to herself what would happen if she and Kermit grew up together, and would get the Muppets as toddlers while singing I'm Gonna Always Love You. The scene was so popular that they decided to turn it into a series. However, instead of using puppetry like before, the Muppet Babies only appear as hand-drawn characters. The show became a universal acclaim with 8 seasons, 7 Emmys, and was also known to influence other networks to create their own baby versions of popular characters like the Tom and Jerry Kids, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, the Flintstone Kids, and more. In 2018, the Muppet Babies did return to television, but as a Disney Junior show. However, for this Holiday Jam episode, I will be focusing on the 1984 version, and like everyone, I thought the show was amazing the minute I discovered this. With all the amazing fanzine scenes, surprisingly good song numbers, and even the jokes are as funny as in The Muppet Show. So, in honor of bringing back The Muppet Show, and hopefully getting an official series, I decided to dig up an old time capsule on one of the best Saturday morning cartoons of all time, with their Valentine's Day episode. So get ready for some adventure, romance, comedy, and danger. Oh wait, this is about Muppet Babies, not Elf Tales. On with the show! The episode begins with the Muppet Babies making Valentines. Piggy and Fozzie wants Valentine from famous celebrities, while Gonzo hopes he can get some from popular weird fictional characters. He sends his card to Animal so he can mail deliver it to Piggy. This leads to the first fantasy of the episode with Animal taking a plane and crash landing on a Sunday. But lucky for him, he still managed to find Piggy's mailbox. Gonzo then tells Piggy a poem about her, but every rhyme he comes up with ends up messing up her looks, like having blue hair or marshmallows as feet. So she decides to get even with him by messing with his look, and everyone else starts doing it to each other, ending with Animal turning into a giant bee in search of honey. Nanny comes in to see how things are going with the Valentines, and tells the babies that Valentines can come in all shapes and sizes like poems, pictures, or even jokes. She picks up a Valentine's book and shows them the gotta love Cupid, and explains that if you get hit by Cupid's arrow, you'll fall in love with the first person you see. This gives Gonzo an idea by playing Cupid so he can aim a plunger arrow at Piggy and have her fall in love with him. But Piggy is not going to let that happen, so she decides to pulverize him. Nanny comes back and gives the baby special Valentine's cookies with icing pictures of everyone. The only one missing is Rolf, and no one has his cookie. He felt left out, wondering if Nanny really made one for him. Kermit tried to share his cookie, but Rolf said it's just not the same. The rest of the Muppets decide to make their own Valentine for Rolf to make him feel better. As they tried to make their gifts, Rolf was curious on what they were all doing, but they didn't want to ruin the surprise, so they had to keep him out of it. They all realized that putting him away made him feel worse than before. As he mobile playing his piano, the others tried to cheer him up with jam dancing or telling jokes. Unfortunately, they did nothing, so he heads inside the closet for some quiet time. Nanny comes back to the nursery and Fozzie told her about Rolf's missing cookie. Rolf comes out of the closet and he was surprised with all the gifts he received, and it just so happens that he made a Valentine song for all of his friends. That's why he needed some alone time for a while. Nanny loved the song as well, and she got a surprise for him as well. She found Rolf's Valentine's cookie in the kitchen, hidden under the cookie sheet. And we get a heartfelt family moment that Nanny would never forget Rolf or the others because she cares about them. This inspired the kids to make more Valentines to other people they care about, and the episode ends with Gonzo opening his mailbox only to find the Rancor monster from Star Wars scaring Gonzo and breaking the fourth wall. If you think that's weird, they got Godzilla living in the closet, but that's another story. So looking back on this episode, there are a couple of reasons why the Muppet Babies became one of the most successful cartoons during its time. The main factor is the comedy. It's a household feature why the Muppet Show touched everybody's hearts. In the Muppet Babies, these aren't just juvenile humor, it does contain some Muppet slapstick and visual comedy. There's one where Fozzie tells a bad joke and he gets a letter that shoots out a tomato. How is that possible? One word: imagination. While the Muppets only stay in the nursery, they do come up with imaginative places to visit and sometimes change their appearances. Well, here, they tell each other poems and that change their looks and rhymes, like Rolf as a duck, Scooter and Skeeter with beards, and even turn Kermit into a pickle riding a red tricycle. I don't know why specifically, but that's randomly funny. There's another funny joke where Scooter tries to make a Valentine poem by computer, but obviously came out wrong with blue pickles and living in a zoo. I didn't know the show had prediction powers like The Simpsons. Another thing that's sweet is the heart of the episode. When the Muppets make their own Valentines for Rolf and they want to cheer him up on his missing cookie, some of the moments are touching. We even get to see different kinds of Valentine cards that they make, like Fozzie macaroni art, Animal chopping it into a heart shape, and Gonzo making a three-toe heart, and whatever this lamp is involving Camilla. The one scene that contains a lot of feels is the song Rolf made, You're Special to Me. He sings about his friends and all the fun and games they made from the past episodes where, although he's not athletic or comedic, his friends give him joy to play music. And that's how Kermit and all his friends view each other as, a family. There's a couple of times that family love will play a part in most of the Muppet projects, like the first Muppet movie, Muppet Family Christmas, the 2011 Muppet movie, Muppets Most Wanted, and more. So yeah, a Muppet family is valid. If I do have to find one flaw with the episode, is that this is not one of the Muppet Babies' most imaginative episodes. In the other episodes, they usually contain a variety of fantasy scenes like Piggy's Hyperactivity Book, or I Want My Muppet TV, or they become one big adventure like Back to the Nursery or Fun Park Fancies. There are some memorable fantasy moments here and there in this episode, but there isn't a lot compared to the other episodes they had. Then again, they wanted to focus on the heart between Rolf and his friends, which does help the build up on his Valentine song, so the limit didn't stop me from having a good time with this episode. My Muppet Valentine is a touching cartoon episode starring the Muppets. The jokes are funny, the music captures the same charm as the variety show, and the characters are still their beloved selves in this timeline. I highly recommend you go see this episode on YouTube, or at least clips from it. This episode is possibly one of the best anime Valentine specials. While it is still challenging on giving the Muppet Babies a Blu-ray release or their own streaming service, the impact the cartoon has created will never be forgotten, and this holiday special is no exception. It's a Muppet cartoon that remains special to everyone. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it 9 Muppet Valentine cookies. I'm Matt Harpatrick. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to watch the next episode of Pigs in Wigs. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.